Hello and welcome to the Baerly Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Baer and I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave link on the site, the tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes, or you could be a lurker and not say anything at all. Harold is here. Harold threw those emotes in before the stream officially kicked off. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Harold, hello to you. In Boston. I hope that you enjoyed your first day of PAX. I am glad that wherever you are staying, you are able to enjoy a Twitch stream. I was not. Hey, Lord Gretchen, welcome. I was not like feeling the FOMO about PAX East. Not much going on at PAX tonight, so made an early night. Hell yeah, Harold. Those are important. Take those early nights. Aristofan's here. Hello, Aristofan. I'm like, I wasn't feeling a lot of FOMO, but now that I see people there, and there's like, apparently there was a thing that is like definitely like not something I would have done, but I like the idea of. There was a panel where they were building IKEA furniture, and that sounds rad as hell, and like a thing that like is outside the box and a nonsense thing that, like, if you really think about it, you're like, why is that a PAX panel? It just features game devs and games journalists built and other people building IKEA furniture. But then you're like, yeah, who cares? It sounds cool and good. So I at least appreciate, even though I'm not there making weird panels happen, somebody is. That makes me feel good. But yeah, I got a little FOMO about PAX East. I hope you have a very good time this weekend, Harold. I hope you get to play some games and see some people and enjoy yourself in a different location as you're not a Boston native. Tonight's agenda: the heavy arms needs to get fixed. Oh, I actually need to edit something here. I have a command that I don't need. Working on the heavy arms. Going to talk about some anime. Talk about some video games. Until the Extreme Cardboard Wrestling panel was announced for the same time. Oh, there you go. Yes, the Extreme Cardboard Wrestling panel happened. Yes. Happy for those folks to be able to do some cool shit. Tonight's agenda: working on model kit, talking about anime, wrestling, video games. Another Twitter nonsense thing that we have to talk about, because there was another Twitter thing. I should just say, I did plan on referencing a goal that I'd set on coffee to put together some money to help me pay my taxes, because my I have bills to pay, and it sucks. And I set aside money working a variety of freelance gigs, but it didn't work out for me in the way it should. And also, some things that should have been deductible now aren't, apparently, and that threw me for a loop. And for the second time in my life, I owe taxes instead of getting something back, and sometimes very little, but usually something. So yeah, lines weren't that bad. That's good. You met Ian in person. Hell yeah, Harold. Lovely to hear that. Lord Crashin, let's get into that nonsense thing. We'll talk about the Twitter nonsense thing that got announced today. But anyway, I don't have to do. People were very generous today, and I don't have to worry about it, and I can take care of what I owe to the federal government, and that is very good. And I'm very happy about that. It was unexpected. I was waiting on some documents to come in, a W-2, to be specific. And when that came in and I was done, I was like, oh no. Oh no. But anyway, things are better. Let's go to the overhead. So we have to finish a leg on here. We started the second leg, and then build a weapon and a shield, and then put some stickers on there, because we've got some stickers. We're not going to put all of these orange stickers on. We'll do some of them. And these leg stickers were not sticking that well. I don't know if it's the age of the kit or what, but I do have a little liquid cement, which will adhere it to the plastic. I don't recommend that, but this kit's not going on display anyway, so we might as well get some stickers on there. Again, I'm not going to put all the stickers on there because there's so many stickers, but I'll put some of them. While I get into this, while I start working on this here, let me tell you about the latest Twitter thing. At Verified, which follows me on Twitter because I am verified. Legacy verification. I am not an organization. I did not pay them any money. Years back applied and was accepted, and I got verified. On April 1st, this is Twitter Verified posted this today. On April 1st, we will begin winding down our Legacy Verified program and removing Legacy Verified checkmarks. To keep your blue checkmark on Twitter, individuals can sign up for Twitter Blue. Organizations can sign up for verified organizations here, which is the yellow one for businesses and such. So my checkmark's going to go away. When? Don't know. Will it be April 1st? I don't know. Will it be later than April 1st? Like, certainly possible. But that's happening. I'm going to lose my check mark, which is a little bittersweet. I'm not going to pay them money. I am not in a position where, how do I put this? It would be nice if more people who followed me saw my tweets. And it's possible that if I spent money, that more of those people would see my tweets. But I have not seen enough evidence to support the fact that it's guaranteed that more people would see my tweets. So it's not worth it to me. And also this just feels like another sign that this great experiment is coming to a close. April 1st will be a real good day for impersonating celebrities. Indeed. So I don't know if it's going to be, my thinking is actual celebrities probably won't get it at first. It will be like people with, my assumption is they will turn it off for people with like my numbers, like lower than like 10,000, like the weird verifies. I remember the first week I was verified because there are people that pay attention to who @verified follows. That's how they found me. And so people were like, why are you verified? Like the very first week it happened to me, some of the first things I got were people just being like, I'm confused about you and your whole fucking deal, which is understandable because my whole fucking deal is weird. So I imagine I will probably be one of the first people they turn off because I am the person that theoretically will be incentivized to pay them a monthly fee, as opposed to like other people who are going to go, well, I'm not verified anymore. Whatever. 1 million people already follow me and know who I am. It's fine. Because if you look at me with like my 6,000 something Twitter followers or 5,000 or whatever, you might say, well, that could be Pat Baer. But if I had 10 million followers, you'd go, that's definitely Pat Baer. Because otherwise, how's he getting all those followers? It's too rational. Yes. The idea of more people seeing my tweets is terrifying. Asmo, first off, hi Asmo. Happy to have you here as always. Glad you could make it. Sorry. Oh, good. I have a $20 off waiting for me at Repair Smith. Oh, thanks a lot, Repair Smith. I don't know who the fuck you are. Oh, cool. Car parts for the not vehicle that I have. That's fun. I'm going to go ahead and report this as fucking spam. Because that's some goddamn spam right there. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, everybody. So, yeah. So it is a little bittersweet because I have used my verified status to make it easier for me to reach out to people, because there are some folks that just use the verified tab that don't look at other people. It has given me some legitimacy when chatting to people, saying like, "Oh yeah, yeah, no, I'm verified on Twitter and I have X amount of followers, and blah blah blah. I'm affiliated on Twitch." It just becomes a thing. Repairsmith is a spinoff of Rocksmith, indeed. Um, yes, Lord Crashington, totally. So anyway, it's doing it on April 1st is the part that is unbelievably, goofily, like hilariously, fucking, like comically, like, ridiculous. Like, really? The day where a bunch of people suddenly don't become verified, and then, like, if someone created Pat B. Baer, my middle initial is not B, but whatever. Or let's say this. Hey, let's say this, right? Somebody uses It's Pat Baer, which is my Instagram handle. If someone who has $7 or whatever, or $8 or whatever, gets It's Pat Baer at, and that's the same as my Instagram. Same as my Instagram. They're verified. I'm not. That's the real one, right? Even though I have more followers than they do. Suddenly, because they spent money, are the more true one. And I am a nobody. So, like, what does this mean for people who are not nobodies? What I do believe it means is a bunch of people mad at fucking Twitter, but who cares? Because it's Twitter and whatever. But it does seem like a bad day for it. A short-sighted day. That's what I'll say. It feels short-sighted. Like a goofy, silly choice. So anyway, I'm going to lose my verification. Will it be April 1st? I don't know. Will I have the freedom to finally change my display name without worry that it'll get locked? Yes. Oh, I put this on wrong. Shit. Now my display name won't get locked around, like, it won't say that I'm soon to arrive at PAX Unplugged after I was back from PAX Unplugged, like happened before. And I was afraid to be Christmas Baer or Xmas Baer because of Twitter shenanigans. Ugh, it's all terrible. Yes, 420 would have been a better day. It also could be an April Fool's prank, by which I mean they get such negative attention, they do away with that around it. But my feeling is they don't fucking care, like, who gets mad at them, because they are so desperate for whatever income they could possibly get from this poor choice that they are totally willing to just be like, fucking, who are we pissing off? We don't care. Who's mad? Maybe they'll make a couple $100. It was funny when TBS champion Nyla Rose couldn't change her handle. It was very funny. She was not TBS champion. It was a joke, and then she couldn't change it. And that was very funny. I think he may have learned not to joke around with the number 420 after being forced to buy the thing at a ridiculous inflated price. Asmo, I think you are giving Elon Musk credit that he does not deserve. I don't think that he has learned anything, ever. He made a "that's what she said" joke, like today or yesterday. He made a "that's what she said" joke. So, I don't propose that Elon Musk gets it, ever, about anything, at all. He may, yes, thank you. Asmo, you did give yourself a way out, and I appreciate that. Good on you. That was one of the worst "that's what she said" jokes I've ever seen in a long time. Yes. And so I guess congrats, Elon. You surprised us with your terribleness. Your ability to say something so dumb that people were like, oh, impressive. But yeah, I'm going to lose my check mark. That's a sad state of affairs. Going to be rude. Okay, we'll get rid of that. It's like that knucklehead friend you had to just keep saying that until somehow turns back around to being funny. Yes. Yeah, eventually people will be like, nice. But right now people are just like, oh, weird. You're a dad. That's all I can think of. It's just like, you're a father. Um, all right. I do think we should talk about some wrestling stuff. There's some good wrestling stuff, but also like a thing happened on Instagram today, which was very good. Um, you may remember that the wrestler CM Punk was at All Out or All In, whatever, at a pay per view. During the presser at the end, the media scrum, he went on a rant about his coworkers slash people of higher authority than him in the company he was in, um, and talked a whole lot of mess and a bunch of nonsense about a bunch of people. And then, according to several reports, he got into an altercation with some of the people that he insulted, and one person that he had not insulted who was just there. And there was a physical altercation, and someone in CM Punk's camp, not CM Punk, bit a wrestler, and it was a whole thing. And that's a whole thing that happened. Anyway, there have been some reporting that CM Punk, some new stuff about Punk and not wanting to do certain work and not wanting to be involved in certain matches. And then Punk decided, he has several, oh, yes. Yes, CM Punk decided, well, because Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer wrote on his message board something about me, I think the best thing for me to do is write a long Instagram post bearing a bunch of new people that we didn't know he was upset with and didn't like from AEW, and then delete that. So he did that because, like, they got their reality show thingy coming up and they were talking about it. And anytime anything happens, people are like, CM Punk is coming back. And I can never really tell if, do they actually think he's coming back, or do they just think it is funny to say that he's coming back and they actually don't believe that? And I don't know for sure how these people operate. Because it's like, one, it's wrestling, y'all. So, like, anything is fucking possible. He could come back. The money could be right. He could strike a deal and return. I don't think he will, but he could. So, like, there's that. I wasn't clear. So basically, it would be nice if they would just say he's out of here. So I don't think legally they can, Lashbrook. My assumption is they are paying his contract and paying him out to avoid legal situations. It is my assumption that they are just waiting for his contract to expire with no plans to renew. And so this is just the waiting game for them. That's my assumption based on what we've been able to see, as opposed to just releasing him from his contract. So I think they are just paying him to stay home and doing all that shenanigans. So basically, he claims that he was injured and kind of buries Moxley, buries Jericho, who has been not involved in any of this, and basically just is like, he claims that he was not medically cleared to wrestle the night that he lost to Jon Moxley on Dynamite. But he was cleared to wrestle the following week, which is weird. It's also bizarre to think that Tony Khan would be like, no, you have to, because it's like, then just don't show up. You could be in breach of contract. You're the world champion, and you're CM Punk. Tony Khan will forgive you if you no show. So you wrestled while you were injured and not cleared to wrestle? What? And then Moxley told you he'd never lose to you, and then he did a week later, and I don't know what's happening. And I'm sure there's some people that read this and go like, "Oh man, this is a work. He wrote this and then deleted it so we would see it, and he's going to be back, and he's going to show up on Wednesday." And because some wrestling fans have brain rot, and it's not caused by wrestling, but the blurring of reality and fiction does not help certain mindsets. It is not good for some people that there are wrestling fans out there that should not be wrestling fans, that desperately need their fiction to be fiction and there to be no blurred lines because they cannot handle it. The amount of wrestling fans who are also conspiracy theorists is not an accident, is what I'll say. Yes, supposedly Jericho is the man leaking this information to Dave Meltzer, but Punk thought that the Bucks were the people that were leaking that information to Dave Meltzer, but maybe it was Jericho, but also who fuck cares, because none of that information is wrong, except CM Punk thinks it is, because there can exist a possibility that he might be the guy that's fucking wrong about all this shit. Apparently. I guess. All right, we are body complete on this. We have to build the big weapon, and then we will add in the shield and then a lot of stickers. So let's keep going on this game. Yes, no, 100%, Lord Crashington. This is just like, because like he was like retweeting, or not retweeting, but he was like screen capping a thing that like somebody had said about like, can't we all just get along? Like, you know, we're all adult. Can't we all just be adults? Which is very rich from him, who is just having the biggest baby attack possible. It is very funny to just picture him being like, yeah, Dex is right. Can't we all just be adults about this thing? And it's just like, sure, dude. Your friend bit a guy. Come the fuck on. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yes. Oh, yeah, Lord Crashington. It makes him look like so petty. Because all he has to do is just say, like, Dave, what you wrote today was incorrect. And that's frustrating to me. Like, that's all he has to do. I'm frustrated with you posting things in your message board that are incorrect. And that's really all he needed to say. Even if he just wrote someday you'll all hear my side of the story, and it will be great. Go the Kojima route. You will be sorry for your words and deeds. I don't think I will be. There exists a possibility. I mean, it's possible, but like, nah. Every little thing this dude does is just petty and sad and nonsense, and I don't, yeah. The worst of it is, the worst of it, 100%, is that, like, there are going to be some people who just won't shut up about him for quite some time, and that is frustrating to me. Yes. Also, Chris Jericho posted a GIF of Matt Hardy doing the delete motion. You don't raise it; it's straight across. Delete, delete, delete. On his Instagram stories, which I think is very funny. That he's just like, yeah, you probably want to delete that, or you deleted it. Okay. But yeah. Nonsense. Yeah, he says he wasn't clear to wrestle on the 24th, but he was clear to wrestle on the 4th? Sure, okay. Yeah, I wish it wasn't news. Yeah, that's Mo, unfortunately. No tell-all with Colt, certainly. But yeah. Totally possible that his statement there could be considered libel, and, shenanigans could be afoot. I don't want to lay claims to anything. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to get sued. The worst part of wrestling continues to be everything outside of wrestling. Yeah, because like I'm buzzing about wrestling in general. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling's been on firing on all cylinders. Um, I'm gonna see them, not see them. I'm gonna watch them. Not this weekend, but next weekend. It'll be very fun to watch Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling in Los Angeles. And obviously not the event live, but I'll be watching it streaming. That's fucking fun as hell. Vikingo is unbelievable. Yes, Asmo says the best part was the banger of a match with Omega and Vikingo. Unbelievable. So I don't watch a lot of AAA because it's hard to watch a lot of AAA. They've made it easier lately, but it's never been the easiest thing to watch the programming. So I'm not as familiar with him as I am some other luchadors that have made their way across to America. But I do know that he is incredible and cool as hell. And it's rad that he had the opportunity to show the world how cool and awesome he is in a wrestling ring against fucking Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's first singles match in many moons. And that is awesome. His first singles as he came back from injury, just like fucking cool as hell. Got to do the match that he's been wanting to do for a while. They were scheduled to do it, and then Kenny unfortunately had to bow out due to injuries and the need for surgery. So we're done with this weapon. I'm going to panel line it here before I attach it to the arm because it'll be easier to panel line it right now. I love this big gun where the hand just rests inside and then you put the clip on top. This is just cool as shit. I'm looking forward to putting this together. But let's get a little of this panel line now. So they moved from roadside assistance to wrestling. Yes, Harold. AAA, AAA is a long-standing Mexican promotion, and with lots of great stars that come out of that scene. One of the big two was CMLL, and yeah. Vikingo is a fucking talent and cool as hell. And he was dressed. Look, I am not here to say that dude was like, I really want to dress like I'm from the water temple in Avatar, The Last Airbender. The Last Airbender Avatar, not the other Avatar. I'm not saying that he set out to do it, but I am saying that his gear made it seem like he was cosplaying, and that rules. I think that's rad. I thought that was cool as hell. He looked dope. But that is what it appeared to be. He was great. I would say most of the night was fantastic. Lots of great matches. Sting was out there wrestling with Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy. Sting doing some of Orange Cassidy's moves, mind games, pinning Kip Sabian, which I did not think Kip was going to take the pin there, but sure. I thought that was fun. That was a fun way to start the night. I thought the Guns versus Top Flight was totally fine. Totally fine. The idea that I feel like they need to change this whole FTR thing. Like, they can't back down from the stipulation that if FTR loses, they will leave the company. But I don't care about them, and I don't care about this. Will they? Won't they? Is this kayfabe or not? Are they really leaving? And so this is their way out? Or no, they're not leaving. They're gonna win and win the belts. I don't give a shit about FTR. They're fine, but I definitely I'm not gonna be like, oh no, they can't lose though, because then they'll be gone. Fuck it, fine, go. See you later. Make room for other tag teams to get your spot. I still need to see OC and his Incredible Orange, his face paint. Yes. Speaking of things outside of wrestling, honestly, I'm fine with them leaving now. Totally, FTR can go. They can go. Asmo. Yes, Asmo brings up an excellent point. So, Sting wears the face paint. He looks like the Crow. You remember. Darby Allin paints half his face kind of like a skull because that's his deal. Orange Cassidy does not wear face paint. Orange Cassidy is a quote-unquote lazy wrestler. He's a sloth. So if he was going to do face paint, what would he do? He would do the laziest version of face paint possible. He just very clearly, it's like not good looking. It just said O and C. It's just his initials. And it just said O, or probably O and C, whatever. Just said OC on his face. That was his big, yeah, I'll put the war paint on. When CM Punk did tagged with Sting, he also did some face paint. Like, generally, if you don't wear face paint and you're tagging with Sting, you might throw some face paint in there just as like, hell yeah. Oh, I didn't see that, Laura Crashington. But yeah, I mean, like, Orange Cassidy doing his Orange Cassidy thing, and then Sting doing the, like, instead of the, like, thing, he did the light taps, he did the shin kicks, he did the whole thing. He did a lot of Orange Cassidy. Oh, he did your opponent is on the top rope on the turnbuckle and is going to jump, and then you lazily roll out of the way, and when they move into another corner to do the jump, you roll back to where you were. Sting did that, which is very fucking funny. That was unexpected. I thought he would do the low energy thing because I thought that would be a good gag, but I did not expect Sting to also do the roll. It was good. All right, I got this big gun arm. I was about to say gun hand. This is a gun arm. Look at this fucking thing. Look how big that is. Look at that big gun. Is that the reason I bought this kit off Premium Bandai or pre-ordered it? Not the only reason, but it's one of the reasons. So yeah, let's see. Any other things? House rules. There's gonna be their house shows are gonna be in they're gonna be in Canada. Kota Ibushi is gonna wrestle. We haven't seen Kota Ibushi wrestle in a while since he got out of his deal with New Japan. Kota Ibushi is going to be at Spring Break 7 taking on Joey Janela. And that's a fun matchup because Joey Janela will wrestle in a silly way. And Kota Ibushi has a long history of wrestling in DDT. He's a fantastic, incredible wrestler, but also totally not unhappy to wrestle real goofy-like. So the idea of him wrestling like a goof against Joey Janela, I'm sure there will be some nonsense spots and also some silly spots and some fun spots and some scary spots. Yeah, Asmo. Sting is in his 60s. He can still... I don't think he should be running the ropes. I think that, like, he shouldn't have a solo match. He should be in 3-person tags is, like, the place to put Sting. But he seems to be having a good time, and I'm happy for him. Looks like they just announced a Vikingo match for the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. So yeah, Lucha Blog said we'll see more of him soon. That is soon. He's still in the U.S. That's cool. Hell yeah. I'm gonna jump over to Twitter and see if I can see that. Latest. No. All right. Oh, he's fucking what? He's fighting Commander on Ring of. God damn. I said god damn. Ring of Honor's next pay-per-view, which is Friday, March 31st, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's an early show. Is gonna be El Hijo del Vikingo versus Commander. That's fucking dope. That's just a fucking good... Oh, and it's... Oh, shit. It's for the title? I am seeing that it is for the title. It is for the AAA Mega Championship. That's rad. I was thinking about getting Honor Club, and that might push me over the edge at least a month. So, Asmo, I do not believe that the pay-per-views are free with Honor Club. I believe they are discounted. Um, uh, so you would get a discount, and then you could watch the weekly show. But I do not believe that they include it. It is not the WWE Network / Peacock deal. So you would still have to pay. I have never used Fight Plus, but I'm going to get my 7-day trial to Fight Plus for the Spring Break show, the Game Changer Spring Break, and also the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show, because the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show, as part of WrestleCon, will not be on Wrestle Universe. It'll be on Fight. So I'm getting Fight Plus. I'm going to do the 7-day Fight Plus. I've never needed to use Fight, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, so the Ring of Honor show, I'm 99% sure is not. You're going to have to pay out for that. So Honor Club, I think, gets you a discount, is what I am led to believe. We are almost done with this kit. We have to do the gun, and then we have to do the shield, and then we'll be good to go here. Why can't I figure out how this goes? Oh, there it goes. Could figure that out. But yeah, I have not gotten Honor Club. For me, a weekly show, one weekly show is not enough for the $10. It's sad because that's where Eddie Kingston wrestles, and I would like to. Eddie Kingston's one of the only people, because there are a couple other people that you only see there. He's the only person that only appears in Ring of Honor that I care about, is what I will say. Because at least some of the other, like Athena, I can just watch Dark Elevation, and I get to see Athena, and I do love Athena, but I get to see Athena. I don't have to dick around and hope that she shows up. We're not even going to put this gun on because we have the gun arm. I can't even lay this thing down flat because of this big old gun arm. Can I do that? No. It's just going to tip. I might have to stand this kit up to take photos. But let's build the shield. We will put the shield on there. That's a lot of E. This is what we've been waiting for on this. Basically, all of this is the shield. Yeah, we haven't built anything on E here because E is just the shield parts. So let's put this together. So yeah, I'm not like. I'm not bummed that I don't watch Ring of Honor, but I do want to see my boy Eddie Kingston wrestle. So it is frustrating that I don't get to see him anywhere. It's just like, I kind of want to. Yeah, my wrestling subscription right now is Wrestle Universe. I don't even watch everything on Wrestle Universe. I watch a lot of Wrestle Universe. I watch Noah shows, and I watch some DDT shows, and I watch basically everything from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. The one yesterday was one of their house shows, Shinjuku Face. That's the name of the club that they have shows in, which is a fantastic name. Face. That's capital F-A-C-E. There was a very funny match where my girl Masao, Hyper Masao, tagged with my other girl Palm against the Wasteland War Party. And they sprung a trap. Their attempt was to incapacitate Max and trick Max, the Impaler, and tie her up. And then the follow up was, and then you do something with Heidi. I don't know, which I thought was very funny. It was a good comedy match. It was, I would say, pretty fucking decent. That was a fine program. There's one more this weekend, and then next week they all go to LA, which rules. Not all of them, unfortunately. Most of the newest talent isn't going, and Palm isn't going, and that sucks. I have a friend who is going to that show, and she is bummed out because Palm is not going to be there. Because we all agree that Palm is wonderful, weird gremlin with fantastic energy, but also Arisu Endo is not going to be there. And Arisu is, look, nobody's out. Let's be real. Nobody's out. We don't want to try to pull someone out of the closet. We don't want to make assumptions on somebody. But I will say this. There are some people in professional wrestling in Japan who play into the fact that they might be in love with other ladies in wrestling. And then there's Alice. Like, I'll just say this about Arisu. She wears, when you're not wrestling in the ring, you wear a mask on the outside. All the wrestlers do. Her mask is a rainbow. Her gear is rainbow themed often, or purple, but sometimes rainbow. She's a big fan of Sailor Moon, particularly Sailor Uranus. Yeah, so, yeah. What I'm saying is, I don't know that Arisu Endo is queer or not. I don't know. But I will say this. Lots of fucking queer folk really like her and think she's great. Including a friend of mine, as I said, who is disappointed that we'll not be able to see Arisu there. Also, I don't think anyone here is going to WrestleCon. But if you're going to WrestleCon, the prices to get an autograph or a photo or both, the combo, with all of the girls that are going from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling is an incredibly good fucking deal. It's like a shockingly good deal. I would say if you are in the, if you are out there and you're thinking about it, like, go, you're going to WrestleCon, like, fucking go for it. It's like $20 to get a photo with Hyper Misao. Like, you should do that. Because that's in a good environment for autographs. Because, like, plenty of wrestlers, if you just see them out and ask for an autograph, they will say yes, and they will have no problem doing that. I will say a lot of the ladies here from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling are not accustomed to doing that on the street or, like, outside of a venue. They are definitely more used to a controlled environment because that is what that is what they're from. That is the environment that they're certainly, they have more experience with. So I would say, like, don't be surprised to hear some stories of, like, oh, I tried to go up to Raku and she didn't want to pose for a photo. You're like, yeah, if you end up hearing anybody say anything like that, like, yeah, of course she didn't want to do that. That's not her vibe. She's not an indie wrestling star. Some folks are much more cool about that. There's a fantastic photo. The last time that Maki Ito was in the U.S., she went to go to McDonald's and somebody recognized her and asked for a photo. And she's like, damn, he caught me with my Happy Meal. And I just think that's a fucking fantastic, like, shit. I forgot that some people might recognize me. Caught me eating McDonald's. Yeah, sorry. All right, this kit is body complete, but we should put some stickers on it. We're not going to do all the stickers. We're going to do some of the stickers. We got plenty of time here to do that. We'll take a pause for the cause in like 10 minutes or so. I do know what I'm working on next. It is a Lego set that I have right within arm's reach, so I can grab to start if we need to. Shout outs to Chris. I don't know what your Twitch name is, but you picked up a Lego set and a model kit for me. This is the Lego set that we'll be working on next. I wrote down how to say it. This is the Lotus Evija. Lotus Evija. That is what we're working on next. The Lego Speed Champions Lotus Evija. Which is I believe, an all-electric supercar or ultra car, one of those. It's a fast car that's electric. So that's the next thing we're working on. Lots of stickers in there. Lord Crashman wants me to hit the dance button. I will. Hell yeah. Let's get into it. Get funky with it. Shit yeah. Boom, boom. Oops. All right, let's start by doing the stickers that go on this shield. Again, we're not doing all of them. We're just going to do some of them because there are a whole lot of stickers here, and I don't want to do all of them, all of these orange fuckers. But we'll do some of the orange fuckers and the other ones here. But at least we'll do the big shoulder. Okay, so we got the shoulder is going to be 01. That's there. Which is this sticker? This is 33. All right, so that's this one. Great. But we're going to do some of these stickers, again, like as I said. And these are just fancy stickers. These are not water slides. They look like they might be water slides. They're not. They're just clear base stickers here. Or clear back stickers. Come on. Come on, you fucker. There we go. So yeah. But like I said, there are a lot of stickers. We're not going to worry about all of them. We're just going to worry about some of the bigger ones here. Which is fine. This kit's not going on display. And there you go. That's all you got to do there. It's big enough that I can just put that there. Will I do the side stickers or the dots here? 51 and 52. What does 51 and 52 look like? Where are you? Some of these orange small stickers I might not do. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. This is a cool kit. Totally. Asmo, I don't put a lot of my kits on display these days because I only make so many kits. Or I only have room for so many kits to be displayed. I do like it. Oh, it's shame it's not going to display. Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, not everything can go on display. I only have so many kits, and I like that my display behind me has 2 kits from Witch from Mercury. That makes me happy. Those are there. But I hear what you're saying. There's no guide for these orange stickers. You just kind of have to put them on. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about the orange on here. I don't want to put any of the orange on there, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Yeah, that's good. That's all we're gonna get on this is just the symbol there. We'll put the shoulder sticker here, the 01, and we do have to, and we're gonna pick where we're gonna put our orange because I'm not gonna do all of them, but we'll do some of them. So. This is going to go on here. And I just have to make sure I put it high enough that if I do want to put something on the shoulder, it will show up easy. And then gotta get this one over here. EFSF. On there. Oh yeah, is there any other... I don't think there's any other wrestling news that I want to talk about. No. There's some title matches set for New Japan. Oh yeah, Christopher Daniels is going to be in AAA, which rules. That's cool. We like Christopher Daniels here. Glad that he's still wrestling. He is the best wrestler in his 50s, no question. There are a lot of wrestlers still working in their 50s. Christopher Daniels is the best one of them. Sorry, Jeff Jarrett. The Diablo 4 beta, open beta, will be this weekend. And Blizzard was just like, hey, it's going to be rough at first. And I don't think they needed to say that, but apparently some people needed to hear that. Because, like, yeah, it's not going to just, like, instantly be cool. Because it's a Blizzard open beta. Was Jeff Jarrett ever good? So here's the deal, right? Early 90s Jeff Jarrett is pretty fucking good. A good mid-card wrestler, good gimmick. This guy who's like, like Jeff Jarrett was like, oh, I'm a country boy, but his gimmick was I'm like a Garth Brooks type. Like that kind of country guy. So like real country folks booed him. And then also people who don't know that there's a difference between different kinds of country also booed him because he was a heel. And he got a lot of heat, and he made a good amount of money being a shit heel, being a bad wrestler like that. He did a very good job in that role. Am I saying that he should have like always had the spot he had? No. But like he did very well in the role that he was given. And then he kept doing it. And he was part of some very dark days in some wrestling promotions that he certainly had a hand in making things worse. And I wish he hadn't. So yeah, that's my Jeff Jarrett opinion. But anyway, he's in his 50s as well. But Christopher Daniels is the best wrestler in his 50s, in my opinion, because he can still fucking wrestle, and he's taking very good care of his body and knows what his limits are and knows where to push things and where not to push things and how to work smart as a veteran. And also, by all accounts, Christopher Daniels is a very good person, so that also helps quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know, Asmo. I've never listened to Jarrett's podcast. I don't know if he can still do it while under contract working backstage for AEW or not. I was surprised how well the Qs disappeared last week into Lashbrook. Yes, so it did seem to get better. Who are the best wrestlers of their decade age? 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? Lord Christian, it's a very good question. I would say you could put Vikingo as the best wrestler in his 20s right now, and I would not argue with you about that. I would say the best wrestler in his 40s is probably Kota Ibushi. How old is Kota? I gotta look up Kota's age. I think he turned 40. But I would say Kota Ibushi is probably the best wrestler of his no. Well, he's not 40. Is he? Yes, he is. He is exactly 40. He is exactly 40 years old. I would say Kota Ibushi is probably the best wrestler in his 40s. He was up until May of last year, he was the best wrestler in his 30s. Who else? Sting is probably the best wrestler in his 60s. I'm kind of looking more. I'm leaning a little more North American because there are some good wrestlers in their late stages of their career in Japan, but like they're very like situated. Like I don't want to say Aja Kong is the best wrestler of her age bracket because she's just like having trouble moving around. Kota is 40. Yeah, yes, Lashbrook. It's weird, right? He's 40. So he's probably the best wrestler in his 40s. Best wrestler in their 30s. That's fucking tough. That's where it's very difficult because that's where everyone's like there's a lot of good wrestlers in their 30s. Let me just check one thing. In 30s. Like, is it Asuka? Is Asuka the best wrestler in her 30s? Okay, so this is Bleacher Report has every WWE star under the age of 30, and they wrote it last year, so some of them might be in their 30s now. This is just a long fucking list here. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that this is the list for me. Kenny Omega is 39. Kenny Omega could be the best wrestler in his 30s. I don't know if that's... Yeah. Is 30 too old to start pro wrestling? Is 33 too old to start wrestling? I like that a lot of this is like, I just looked up something here. Here, I'm just going to look at some WWE superstars and see what their ages are from the year 2020. Okay, so Zelina Vega, Ruby Riott, Alexa Bliss, or Ruby Soho now, were all 29 3 years ago, so they're all in their 30s. I don't think any of them are the best wrestler in that age bracket. Oh man, is it Ricochet? Is 33 or 34-year-old Ricochet the best wrestler in his 30s? That could be it. That could be it. Oh yeah, Drew Gulak's 36. Drew Gulak's fucking amazing as a wrestler. Oof. Yeah. It could be Ricochet. He's so fucking good. All right. Yeah. There's so many wrestlers in their 30s. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know where to put those. Moxley's 37, and I don't know if he's the best conversation, but he did some work over the past few years. Oh, I mean, John Moxley definitely could be in the best category. I think that's totally reasonable. I do think that Kevin Owens might be the best wrestler in his 40s because I think Kevin Owens might be 39. Let me look this up. If Kevin Owens has turned 40, he might be the best wrestler in his 40s. Because I'm looking at for something from a couple of years ago. So let me just look up Kevin Owens' age. Let's see. We're going to look him up in the Cage Match Wrestling database. Oh no, he is 38 years old. Kevin Owens might not be the best wrestler in his 30s, but in a couple of years, he might be the best wrestler in his 40s. I guess I'll say that. You know what I mean? Because there's just so many good wrestlers. Like, it's probably Kenny Omega. It's probably Kenny Omega. I don't know what to tell you. And then, like, you could make an argument that Chris Jericho is the best wrestler in his 50s, but I'm still going to say it's Christopher Daniels because Christopher Daniels is a fucking incredible wrestler. And also, Chris Jericho is limited in his wrestling right now, and that is not true for my boy CD. CD is still working just as strong. All right, we're going to put a couple more stickers on here, a couple more orange friends, and then we're going to call it quits on this kit. Should I put them on this part? Yeah, I'm going to put these on here. See how this looks. Yeah, let's see. What number is that? That's number 2? Oh, that's 45. Here, okay. So yeah, I would say Christopher Daniels is the best wrestler in his 50s. And I don't even think it's that close. Nick Wayne is probably my favorite wrestler under the age of 20. Probably. I don't know if he's the best, but he's my favorite. Billy Starks is certainly up there as a great wrestler who is just 18 years of age. But I don't know. Bryan Daniels, yeah, okay. Bryan Danielson is 41. So Bryan Danielson is probably the best wrestler in his 40s. I would say it is a toss-up between Bryan Danielson and Kota Ibushi. Because Kota's not working right now, which might make the much like his first match in a while is going to be next weekend. And Bryan Danielson just puts on bangers and just does a great job. So I guess the best wrestler in his 40s is Bryan Danielson. So yeah, I guess you're right. As well, we did forget that he yes. 35. I don't want to put that on there. All right, let's put one on the chest here. We'll put these stickers on there. We're not going to do all of them, as I said. I'm not going to worry about like the back stickers here. I'm just going to put these on right here. For whatever reason, these are going on pretty nicely, which is nice. These aren't going to be perfect because I don't do perfect. I don't strive for perfect. I strive for good. And yeah, we'll take a pause to the call. Let's talk about ways you can support the channel and all of that in a moment here. But I'm going to take a photo of this, and then yeah, I thought this would take longer to finish up, but we're done. So we'll work on the Lego set, the Evija. I watched a couple of YouTube videos of British people talking about this vehicle, and Evija is what they said. So I'm going with that. If that is not how this car is pronounced, my apologies. I'm doing the best I can. But it seems like Evija is the way to go. We got a lot of extra polycaps on this kit, which is surprising that I would have so many extras, but I have a polycap bin, so they'll go in there. I'm going to take a photo, then we'll take a pause to the cause, and then I'll start working on this next thing. I can put these back in there. We won't need that for Lego. And now, get my photos ready here. Oh, that's right. Next later did a Q&A. I'll get to that later. I don't know when I'm going to listen to that Q&A, because I got a bunch of podcasts to listen to. Because the Max Fun Drive is happening right now. So Maximum Fun, the podcast network of a wide variety of fun folks, has a bunch of bonus episodes out because they have they're in their fun drive, their fundraising drive. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of bonus podcasts. I got a lot of podcasts to listen to this weekend. So we're gonna get rid of that. Okay. One thing I didn't notice until your tweet today is this kit has a bit of a belly, huh? Yeah. This portion here, right? Yeah, around the waist there, around the chest, there is like a little bit of a pot belly kind of thing. Yeah. This area here is odd. You're not wrong, Gundad Bod. You know, hey, I guess the gun is compensating for something. Am I right? All right, well, we'll get into some Lego here, but first things first, we've got to talk about ways that you can support what I do here. Totally optional ways that you can support me. You're not on any obligation to do any of the things I'm about to talk about here, but if you would like to, it would be rad. First and foremost, if you are currently a subscriber to the old Bill with Baer, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the tier 2 blue emote in the chat. Using those is an easy way to support what I do here. Becoming a subscriber allows you to have those emotes. And being a subscriber is the easiest way to support me on a financial level. $5 a month, your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, you can do that. Or you can just use Cash Money, whichever you prefer. Supports me, and that's great. I appreciate that very much. And you get those cool emotes. That's very, very fun. There are other ways to support me, like my Patreon. Also, you could gift a sub if you want to join the gift sub leaderboard. Bits and coins, always appreciated. But there's also Patreon. That's an alternative. Patreon.com/PatBear. There is a $1, a $3, a $5, and a $10 tier. And there are different rewards for the different tiers. Consider joining that Patreon if you would like to. That is an alternative or in addition to jumping on this bandwagon. Or you can do this. Yes, thank you very much for that cheer. Appreciate that. Let me just do this real quick here. Cha-ching. Thank you so much, Harold, for those bits. And now Harold is, of course, at the top of the bit sub leaderboard. Giving those cheers. The bit portion of the leaderboard there. Appreciate that. I got a Patreon. As mentioned, I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. Consider subscribing is free. Please, if you haven't already subscribed, you could just get in on that. And that would be nice over at youtube.com/PatBear. But for $2 a month, you can be a member. And $2 a month opens you up to the opportunity to get my Wednesday videos a day early. You should do that. My next one that's going to go out next week that you can get a day early is a good one. It is a list. It's just going to be me listing off bit ideas or premises or character pitches that I'm just not going to do. These are ones that I have tried to figure out something for, can't wrap my head around them. So it'll just be a funny list. And I'm going to do that quarterly. So every 13 episodes will be that. Up until I'm done with the 52. So the 52nd one will be the final list. I decided to do that because what else am I going to do with, hey, is my dog in there? Which off the top of my head is one of the ones. Is there another one on this list? I've been repeating my senior prom until it's good. Let's see. One of the other. I'll give you one more premise that's going to be that I'm just going to list in that video eventually. Oh yes. I'm trying to write myself as the main character in this book, but bad things keep happening to me. It is a person who is trying to write a story with themselves as the main character, but bad things, they keep writing terrible scenarios for themselves. I don't know if I can make that character work. I kind of like that idea. I tried to write it and didn't like what I was writing. But I don't know. I also reserve the right to go back to any of those ideas, but I'll be listing a bunch of them in the future. Anyway, those are monthly ways to support me. But if you want to do it on an occasion, taking a look at my Ko-fi or PayPal directly or Stream Elements, you can make a direct donation. Everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me out. Through Patreon and through Twitch goes to a fund. I use that fund to buy model kits. The kit that I just completed right here, the Heavy Gundam that you can see right there. This Heavy Gundam I was able to purchase pre-order on a Premium Bandai site thanks to your generosity. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I just haven't looked in a little while here. Hold on one second before I get into all that. Looking to see, okay, I do not have, the AdSense money that I have made is not enough for a payout yet, but it's getting closer. The kit that I will be starting, the Lego set I'll be starting, the Lotus Evija. I was able to get this off my Amazon wish list. This and a model kit came in. So those are the next two things I'll be building. If you would also like to jump the queue of what I have in my backlog and become the next thing I build and get your own dedicated YouTube video about the thing that you purchased, you can see if there's something on my Amazon wish list that you'd like to see me build. Again, we'll jump the queue, make dedicated video. I've got Lego sets, I've got model kits, a couple Pokemon stuff, inexpensive kits, kits with free shipping, all kinds of different things. Various price points. Take a look, see if there's something there that you think you'd like to see me build on stream, and then you could pick it up, and then I'll build it. Bunch of stuff that fluctuates in price. Not everything has Amazon Prime shipping. Some just has free shipping. Bunch of different things, and then some gear at the bottom because it's always nice to have gear. My alternative to Amazon would of course be my Throne wish list, which I'm going to update this weekend because I haven't gone through and updated that in a while. Take a look at that, see if there's something there. And then also, hey, there's some stuff that just went up for pre-order on USA Gundam Store that I will be happy to build. If you bought a gift card to USA Gundam Store, you get a gift card, they send it to your email. Then you send me a whisper on here on Twitch or a DM on Twitter because my DMs are open. And I will take that thing that you have, the gift card code, and use it, and I will pre-order something. I used to say I wouldn't pre-order because there had been problems, but there's a bunch of stuff on USA Gundam Store. There's a couple things. I want the Epion. There's a real great Epion coming out. I don't know when it's coming out, but there's a real great Epion, and it's incredible looking. And I want it. So USA Gundam Store has the pre-order open. Yeah, I mean, it's Q3 is what they're saying. So sometime later this year. But also, who knows? They do seem to know that kind of stuff, but I don't know. Also, the thing that sucked, the only thing I will say about this is USA Gundam Store basically has a note saying, hey, we don't know, we're taking pre-orders, but we don't know if we'll be able to fill all of them, which is scary and weird. They're usually pretty good about getting numbers. Anyway, that's besides the point. You can buy a gift card to USA Gundam Store. If you want to support me for free, go to my Discord, hang out in my Discord. Lovely people in the Discord. We would be so thrilled to have you there. For posting some stuff. Couple video links for you to check out. Pat Baer's Anime Club. I will have a new episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club out on Monday. We recorded that on Tuesday. That was a lovely conversation with fine folks about anime. It's a long video that went up on that I recorded on Tuesday. That'll be the next Pat Baer's Anime Club. The previous one is me talking about the Anime Awards. And then Baerly Rehearsed. This one is about a guy that can talk to ghosts. It is filmed in black and white to be spooky, and also because my webcam kept auto filtering the light, and it didn't look good, so I just made it black and white. But I was like, yeah, I meant to do it this way. I didn't necessarily mean to do it that way. Anyway, it's Baerly Rehearsed. You check that out. I'm going to talk about some anime. I already drank some water because I was desperate for it, but I'm going to take a proper long drink of water right now, and we're going to get into some anime talk because 2 of my favorite shows this season ended, and 1 show is almost done. So we got to talk about some anime. I got to start working on this. Oh, actually, sorry. Before we even do that, I should update that I'm going to add in Lego Lotus. How do I spell this thing? The actual spelling, not the... There it is. It's Evija, but it's spelled Evija. I'm going to add that right there so that we have that information present. And then now I am going to drink some water and dramatically transition back to the overhead, and then we'll get working on this Lego set right now. Very good. Okay. We got the Evija right here. We are going to get into working on that. I'm going to talk about some anime. Because the first thing we got 2 bags here. This is a 247 piece kit. That comes with one of these bags, and then 2 bags here, and then some. These will be at the very end of the kit, so we don't need to worry about set. We don't have to worry about that. We're just going to open bag 1 and sort bag 1, and then we'll open bag 2 and sort bag 2. Let me just adjust here, give myself a bunch of room. I do run into some issues because I am building on this, which kind of doesn't limit my space, but I do want to be careful of Lego not falling in underneath it. So while I sort this, I can talk to you about anime. It's the perfect time to talk about anime because I do have to sort all my Lego here by color. So while I am getting into the sorting business, first I make sure, all right, all of it's out of there. So I don't need to worry about that. But yeah, as I get ready to knoll all of this Lego here, bag 1, make sure, put it all in there. Let's talk anime. I've got episode 11 of 12 of Campfire Cooking in Another World with my absurd skill. And episode 12 of 12 of both The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess, the Genius Young Lady, and The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague. They both had their final episodes. Both were good in their own way. The thing happened in one. The thing didn't happen in the other, but it's okay that it didn't happen in the other. Oh boy, can't wait to talk to you all about those. But first, Campfire Cooking in Another World with my absurd skill. This is a breezy show about a dude that gets transported by mistake with heroes of the world. He's clearly older. He is not a teen. He is not interested in doing all that stuff. His skill is that he can use online shopping, which means that he can access basically like a grocery store like 7-Eleven in Japan and buy whatever he wants, and it just magically shows up, which you know, if you are thinking about defeating the Demon King, you might think that skill is not helpful. But if you stopped for a fucking second, you might imagine that people who are in desperate need of things might want easy access to food. Also, we find out later that food from Japan can power up people. So that they didn't know that at the time, but even not knowing that, they clearly made a terrible mistake. Oh, even taking apart the fact that he meets an incredibly powerful slime and Fenrir, Fel the Fenrir, a fucking mythical class beast that he makes a contract with. Even like not taking that, it's like even beyond those two things. Hey, maybe you want a guy that can just like store infinite items and purchase things from a store that you could definitely use. You goofs, they really fucked up. Is what I'm saying. Anyway, he makes hamburgers for the first time. Everybody really likes the hamburgers. It's a great time. You get to see Sue and Fel eating some hamburgers, having a great time. Monica is unhappy with the level of the quality of the soap that he is using, so he purchases some from Japan, and then he ends up selling it, and people are fucking psyched. There is a lovely scene with one of the guys that he sells stuff to, and he's just like, he and his wife used the products, and she was just like, he smelled so nice, and his hair was so nice, and then he goes, she was even more beautiful than usual. And it's just like, it's one of those scenes where you're just like, damn, this is a good husband. That guy like isn't going to be like, it's amazing that he's like, I know not to say that it's amazing that she smells so good suddenly. I know to say she just smells, better than usual, even though, which is already great, or she's just more beautiful than usual. So that's a smart dude. That's a smart businessman / husband. That's a little lovely scene. So he's going to sell a bunch of stuff. He's going to sell it because he doesn't have his own store. The city lord pays him a bunch of money for killing that lizard from previous episode, and everyone's psyched about that. And also that he discovered a mine, and they're like, hey, that rules. Thanks so much. But then, danger. There's some danger out there, everybody. Everything, it's fucked up because there are a bunch of wyverns showing up, and a bunch of people got injured, and everyone's scared, and they're like not thinking that people are going to get hurt. It's going to be a big problem. But Sue has, we forgot this, but Sue, because he ate some, or they ate some healing herbs, can make healing potions. So they help everybody out, which is good. And then Fel is just like, I don't know, we can beat some wyverns. Like, let's go beat some wyverns because I bet they taste good. Because that is the focus of all of them is what creature can we defeat that he can cook up for us. And so then we get a pretty good fight scene. Pretty decent fight of them killing them. Sue just pew pews all of them, and it's very good. And they take care of all of the wyvern, and then it's time to cook up some wyvern and make some like patties out of that and have a good time. And then meanwhile, the three young people that were summoned, they're on their quest to defeat the Demon Lord, and they're like. One of them just like, they're Japanese scenes. One of them just like, hey, I wonder what happened to that old man with his like weird skill. And they're like, I bet he died. It's like, yeah. Well, we got to focus on what we got to do. And then they're like, hey, did you hear the rumor that somebody tamed a Fenrir? Like, wow, that's wild. Anyway, maybe someday we'll meet him. And then they like bite into their dinner and it doesn't taste good and they're all bummed about it. Of course, we know that the person they think probably died because he's not that strong is, of course, the person that contracted the Fenrir that has the first human in history to be blessed by 2 goddesses. 3 goddesses. One is not a good blessing. He's blessed by 3 goddesses, and his slime is blessed by 1. And it's just like, yeah. Y'all fucked up. Y'all really fucked up. He had the right idea getting out of there, but y'all done goofed. All right, let's get more of... We're almost done knolling bag 1 here. And then we can get our driver together. And then we can start building the Lego, which we will be doing until we finish. And then after that, we will build the Demi trainer from Wish for Mercury. Our Puff Girls Demi trainer. So that'll be fun. That will be fun. All right, let's get... Oh, all the green goes over here. I have now properly knolled all of this together. I just have to make some room for all of this green to go over somewhere else. Just making some room for all my stuff, hoping that it doesn't roll underneath where I need to be. And then I will, in between streams, most likely for Saturday stream, I will grab bag 2 and set bag 2 up and knoll that as well. So that way I'm not worried about it, but I'll be able to do that, you know, tomorrow or whatever. So it won't take up our precious time while I am working on this kit. It shouldn't take too long, but it'll take a little while to work on it. All right, let's get... So, we got our driver here. We can put our driver together. I think we'll do hair holding the helmet, because I like that. We could also have our driver holding a big wrench, but I think we'll just do... which I enjoy that you can do, is put on the band here, and then open it a little bit, and then just stick that there, and it should hold. Oh, no. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Do it like that. There we go. Dang. Sometimes this works. Whatever. We'll just put the... When in doubt, shift gears. There we go. We've got our driver. Our driver can hang out over here, just chilling, waiting for us to start building a car, and then we'll get into this. And while we do that, I will talk about the final episode of the Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. Most of this episode is a duel, and then it is emotional depth and conversation and people talking to each other about how they really feel, which is important and good. The fight is between Anisphia and Euphyllia. Euphyllia doesn't want Annie to become the queen because Annie, it's not her dream to be queen. She doesn't want that. But on the other side, Annie doesn't want Euphyllia to bear the responsibility for her and become a changed person. Because remember, in order for her to take their rightful place, she's going to go through a change that will make her basically immortal. And that's like a prison sentence, basically. So they fight each other. But Yuffie kind of puts aside her feelings on the matter, puts aside her like trepidations, and then locks her like full potential. And what you would think the dragon powers would be would win the day, it's not. The butterfly hidden inside Yuffie all along overpowers her. And it's really like Annie talking to her parents about how she's felt so insecure all this time. And then we get the thing that I think we knew this whole time, but we never really talked about it. We talked about how it's the reincarnated princess, right? We've known that because that's the title of the fucking thing. But it's never really come up in story up until now that Annie tells Yuffie, hey, I have memories of past life, and there was no magic there. That's why I can't use magic. And all this time, I've wondered, did I steal this life from the real Annie? Do I deserve to be here? Do I deserve anything? And it's this like really well acted scene. It's like lovely. Um, uh, and Yuffie is crying at like because she doesn't want she doesn't want Annie to think that way and be self-defeated that way. And she's so grateful to her. And then it happens. The subtext becomes text, and the light novel that I was told was Yuri, and the manga where they pulled back on all that, the anime fucking delivers because Yuffie confesses her feelings for Annie and kisses her more than once. And Annie's all like shy about it, and Yuffie is a little more aggressive about it and like says that she loves her, and it is not a one-sided thing. They are fucking in love with each other, everybody. And the earlier, like, oh, is this just like a friendship thing? Like, oh, is this just subtext? Oh, is this queer baiting? No, it's not queer baiting if it's fucking queer, and it is. The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess, the Genius Young Lady, is a queer story. It's a queer love story with a happy fucking ending. Fuck. Annie is, let's see. Oh, yeah. Yuffie is going to be crowned queen. Yuffie's queen. Annie is her queen. But she's the princess hanging out with her. The former king and queen retire to live a farm life. And Yuffie is, as the like first princess of the kingdom, still is going to do a bunch of stuff to use her knowledge of science and magical tools to help people. And then, of course, there are a bunch of nobles who were being shitty about Annie. Now can't do anything because Yuffie is clearly incredibly strong. And so they can't say shit about it. They go fuck themselves. And the series ends with our two main characters flying through the sky, having a dance in the sky due to magic. And that's a wrap on what turned out to be a actual Yuri show. None of this like wondering and like subtlety and any of that. No, it's queer and it's good. And I don't think enough people were talking about the Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and Genius Young Lady. And it's good. And I think the action scenes are few and far between, but they are really well animated. And it is a great story. And it makes me very happy that it is just like canonically gay. And I guess I'm going to have to read the light novel because the manga ain't that. I don't feel like I'm reading the manga. Don't get me wrong. And now the anime is past the manga, but I feel like those scenes are not going to be in there. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just get the vibe that that's going to go a different route. So that's the Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess, a Genius Young Lady. It is one of my favorite shows this season. It might be my favorite show. We'll see how the last episode of Endo and Kobayashi, how that wraps up, because that got fucking weird as hell in the last episode. So it'll be interesting to see if they stick the landing or not. But this is up there. And the other show I really like this season that I recommend is The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague. This is a romantic comedy about young adults. Like actual adults. Not like young adults, like first job adults. This is not a high school romance. These are people out there trying to make things happen. So Himuro and Fuyusuki are sent out together because, of course, they are co-workers. They are sent out on a business trip together, which includes a restaurant dinner and hotel rooms. And Himuro's like, fuck yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but we get to like spend some time together. This is going to be great. He is way too overworked, and he ends up melting again because he's the ice guy. And he gets his younger form because he is sick, and that happens to his people. Because he has a fever, so she cancels. Fuyusuki cancels dinner, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna share a room. I'm gonna look after you," which, like, hurts his pride a little bit, but he does need help. He gets better. She completes the paperwork while he rests, and then he wakes up and stays up trying to finish some stuff. Also, there's a whole point where the young version of him like collapses on her because he's not feeling well, and it's awkward between them because of that. All right, wait, hold on. All right, let's see here. This is gotta go. Sorry. Okay, it looks like that. So it is awkward. They coming back from the trip, they pass the street where they met and realize, hey, we've known each other for exactly a year. Cool. And that, look, they have not, no one's confessed. They haven't started going out, but they do have enough to be like, they do each have enough courage to be like, hey, life is better since, getting to know you. They both agree that their lives are better having had the time to get to know one another. And they go to the office. Then they go to a cherry blossom viewing party with a bunch of their friends. And that's it. I will say, one of the things that's very disappointing to me, a fan of this show, is that the manga is not out in English and doesn't start coming out in English until October of this year. They fucking knew this show was when it was going to come out and when it would be animated. And the fact that I have to wait till October to get volume 1, which is going to be like a quarter to a half at best of the anime. And then like December, I get volume 2. Like, I understand her was going to run a business. Maybe the show wasn't super popular, but like, the first volume should be out in English when the anime comes out, is what I'm saying. So, look, do I wish they had gotten together? Yeah, I never expect that. Apparently, there's another romantic comedy series out this season that I didn't watch that much because I didn't really like it, that they do end up together by the end of it, which is great. So, you can always watch Tomo-chan as a girl if you want that happy ending. But we didn't get that here where they start dating. But we did have a lot of good vibes, and it is a very fun show. So I would recommend it. I recommend The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague if you're looking for a nice romantic comedy show to watch. And that's it for that anime stuff. Of course, new season will be starting up. I'm gonna check Annie charts. Let me check the spring 2022 and then search by next airing episode in... Oh, no, I need spring 2023. Yeah, Mix Season 2. So let's see. The first show I'm going to be watching of the new season is... I think I'm going to try Yamada-kun to level 999 because Madhouse is putting it out. That's going to be... I don't know. No one's picked that up yet. That'll probably be the first show I watch because that's a romantic drama comedy that's starting in 8 days and 12 hours. So on the 1st, that's April 1st, that's starting. That's probably going to be like the first show of that season that I watch. And I don't think I'm going to watch that. And then the Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventure, Serving Gods Who Go Too Far. I'll be watching that. Kane. That's an easy isekai to watch, so I'll be checking that. And Clueless First Friend comes out at the same time as that, so. I don't know if I'm going to do. Sometimes I do the thing where I start watching some episodes of things that came out that I missed from that season in the in between. I might be doing some of that. There's not a lot this season. Like I might finish Tomo-chan as a girl and talk about that. Like that's probably what's going to happen. There are a few shows that are like I still have like I think there's 3 more episodes of because they started late and also took a week off. There's like 3 more episodes of Buddy Daddy. So I at least have that going forward to talk about. But a bunch of things are going to be wrapping up. Like Endo and Kobayashi wraps up this weekend. Farming Life in Another World wraps up this weekend. Chilling in My 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's Army wraps up, but I'm 1 episode behind on that show, which is a good benefit to me. Oh, actually, need this. My part separator got pushed aside, so I had to grab that. Sorry about the shake. So there will be more anime. I do think I'll fill in by talking about some manga, because Manga Monday right now is just like 1 show or 1 series every week, but I'll probably be doing manga every one to kind of fill in, I guess. I don't know for sure if I'm like that. That usually is what I end up doing, is filling in by talking about some of that. Let's see other things. Now's the part of the stream where I want to hear from you. Let's do that right now. What are you watching? What are you, are you watching anything? You reading anything? You playing any video games? Hearthstone has been announcing the new expansion, so I've been keeping an eye on that. I'm still playing Hearthstone every day and having a pretty good time with those shenanigans. WWE 2K22 will be my stream next Tuesday. That will be that, and I have put together my my lineup. It's still possible to change because I look every couple days to download new wrestlers, and in fact, I have a couple that I haven't used yet. But I have my 8 matches set up for next Tuesday, so like I'm ready for that, and I can make like at least 1 match like, oh, you know what, I can switch that up and who's in there and all that. I'm still waiting for somebody to make anyone from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. So far no one has on the PC, and I would very much like them to do that so that I can download those characters. So right now there's no Sailor Jupiter, there's no Miya Yamashita. Nobody has made Stone Toad Steve Austin or Lemon Grab, so most likely, I'm giving it time, but eventually I may have to declare a new number 1 contenders for the $1 Million Championship and new women's tag, or just our own tag. We might have to have some sort of tournament or number 1 contender match or something, but I'm currently at the moment giving them people the chance to make those characters for me. And I'll do a new Money in the Bank. I should have thought of that when I started doing all of those, but I didn't want to book on the chance those characters wouldn't be created. I wanted to book on the chance that they would be. But I do have. I've got a very good Extreme Rules match set up. I've got a War Games match with a bunch of nonsense-looking characters. I'll tease this. The War Games match that I have set up is Japanese wrestlers who are all user created versus weirdos. Some real weird choices of why did somebody make these characters. Real weird things that I'm very much looking forward to having you all see what these are going to be in the game. But I want to hear from you. Yeah, what are you playing? What are you watching? What's going on with y'all? What's happening right now? Lord Crash says, enjoying Tisha a lot so far, and I'm looking forward to the Diablo 4 beta tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to try to play the Diablo 4 beta. Probably on Saturday, I think, is when I'll actually be able to play it, because I've got some stuff going on tomorrow. So I probably won't get to it tomorrow. But I'm hoping Saturday. Dustin says, looking forward to taking next week off as I switch jobs for the first time in 10 years. Hell yeah, Dustin. Good luck with that. Good luck with the time. First, the time off, and also your transition to your new job. Congratulations. Hope everything goes swimmingly on that. And yeah, enjoy your time off. Don't pack it with a bunch of stuff you need to do, but maybe like a couple things you need to do, and then just like stuff you get to do. Lashbrook bought Dead Cells in the Steam sale, and I'm digging it so far. Hell yeah. Hey, oh, you know what? Harold says, because Harold is at PAX East, Harold says, Wargroove 2 and Toxic Crusaders were my favorite today at PAX. Nice. That those both sound neat. I remember hearing good things about Wargroove, if I remember correctly. So Wargroove 2 is great. What was I going to say? There was a free game on Steam as part of the Steam sale. Like, legitimately a free game that I think it's only, I think, for a week that it's free. But Sludge Life is free because Sludge Life 2 has been announced. So they made Sludge Life free, which is a first-person vandalism sim. But yeah, I guess in order to promote Sludge Life 2, they made Sludge Life free, and I picked it up. I'm going to see when Sludge Life 2 comes out. So I would say it's a free game. I think it's only free for like a week or something, so take a look at that. And then 2 is they have not said when that's coming out. But we might check out Sludge Life in the future. I don't know. I got it. You know what? It's free. So free sounds good. Is that the one that was free on? It might have been. I don't know if it was free on Epic. It might have been though. I don't pick up every free game on Epic. I should, but I don't pick up every single one. It might have been free there. I do not have the answer to that question. Let's see. Other video games. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm gonna try the. I just added my account. Hell yeah. I mean, like I said, even if you never really play it or really get into it, it is free. Okay, it was free on Epic. Oh, that's why people were like, unlike Epic, this will not be free for a year. So there you go. I don't know if I'm going to stream that. It might go into like my patrons voting for next month. But sure. Yeah, I'm gonna try that beta. I'm excited for that. I think that's it as far as. I'm gonna get the Fight Plus, Fight TV. I'm gonna get their the week of free trial so that I can watch a lot of wrestling. I'm gonna get that later in the week so that I can catch up on some of the stuff that I might miss WrestleMania weekend wise. No stream changes for WrestleMania weekend. I considered it. I thought about maybe watching things in different order or not going down that route. I think I have decided no, I'm going to not stream I'm going to miss most of night 1 of WrestleMania or some of night 1 of WrestleMania. I think that's okay. I think I'll be bummed. Like, I'll get in a time with my friends to watch the main event. I will probably miss, if it's night 1, I'll probably end up missing Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos, and I'll be bummed if I miss that, but whatever. And then Sunday, I'll just watch as normal. I think that's the decision that I made for that. I'm not going to do an early stream on that Saturday just because of WrestleMania. I think that's okay that I've made that call. Oops, I put this on upside down. Storyteller is out today. Nice. Thank you for letting me know. And good to know. Good for everybody to know. Yeah, I'm just going to try to watch as much. Did I put these on wrong? It goes like that. Let me see where this goes. No, this is on right. Okay. I put this on right. You never know sometimes. I never know. Sometimes I'm just fucking things up. We got to put 2 of these together. All right, so I'm going to need... Get these lights put together here. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so I am excited about all that wrestling. I'm going to try to get caught up on a bunch of it. It'll be nice, keep up with my anime watching. I got like work. I'm doing some freelance stuff tomorrow, which is why I won't probably be playing that. My best guess is tomorrow I'm going to be working on a project while also in Jeff Gersman's chat, kind of keeping an eye, doing some modding while he streams, and then finish up my work, and then be in time to then watch a bunch of regular wrestling, just normal Friday night stuff. Although, reminder to friends who also watch AEW, if you are somebody that watches and you like watching Dynamite, or sorry, Rampage on Fridays, Rampage is actually going to be on Saturday, and it's going to be 10 p.m. on Saturday, so it'll be during this stream, which is a bummer. It'll be the first Rampage that I have missed watching live in quite some time because of soccer, I guess, football. Not even a football game. TNT is going to be showing like, or TBS, whichever it is, TNT is going to be showing like after the event, like fucking post-match conversation. So it's going to be on Saturday instead, which is a bummer to me because I like watching SmackDown and then immediately watching that. But it does mean that on Saturday, as soon as my stream is done, there's a Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show. No, Asmo, that was basketball. That's why it started late last Saturday, or last Friday. It started late because of basketball. This week, it's being bumped for soccer. For a soccer post show. So yeah, it's been delayed because of basketball and moved to a different day because of soccer. So that's fun. Because TBS and TNT only have early soccer or early basketball. They don't have later basketball stuff. Okay, moving on our kit here, on our Lego set. We'll pick this up later. We got some progress done on this, and we'll pick up here on this step. I'm going to fold this over so I know that's where we're at. And we will call this the end of the stream. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. It was a pretty chill evening, but I was happy to have you here. And I hope you'll come along on the raid. I don't know where we're going to be raiding tonight, but we always end the stream with a raid. We're going to find somebody doing some cool shit out there and go hang out with them. My next stream will be on Saturday, and I hope you will join me from that, where we will continue to work on this Lego set. I don't think we're going to finish, but we'll get pretty far because there's a bunch of stickers on this kit. So I actually don't think we're going to actually wrap it up. Okay. There's something going on in the PAX Theater. I don't know what that is. How long has our friend Puppet Jared been streaming? Because, oh no. He's been streaming for 4 hours. We're not going to raid Jared because he's been going for 4 hours. Also, he could theoretically raid us if we don't get out of here soon. We're going to go raid my friend Liz. Liz is fantastic. We love Liz around here. Liz Star is... playing some puzzle games, doing some retro puzzle games. So we're going to go hang out with Liz, and we'll get that loaded up here. Feel free to come along on this raid. I would love it too. Liz has such a great community and is so great. I was about to say, Liz has a fantastic community and is a great person. So we're going to go hang out with Liz. Come along on this raid. You'll have a good time. I'll come back on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern to continue to work on Lego and talk about anime and video games and wrestling. Something else will happen by then. I hope you had a great night tonight. I hope you have a great rest of it. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye to you. Goodbye, VOD Watch.